And somebody here woke up and chose violence. It was me. Also, apparently, the pop filter for my microphone is missing because I have cats, and cats are weird and steal shit. So that's fun. Anywho, let's put that right back where it belongs. Oh no, see, I'm not going to choose real violence. I'm going to choose telling people to shut the fuck up. So, before I get into any topics today, let me make a few things abundantly clear for any big brain dipshits in the audience. I know there's a few of you. So, let's make this abundantly clear for any of you. The consensus of the American medical... the consensus of the AMA is that gender-affirming treatment for minors is useful. It is useful for a variety of reasons, and none of which involve chemical castration. And when I say gender-affirming treatment, generally we are talking about puberty blockers being used early on, so that later on, when informed consensual decisions can be made by those people, that they can make them without destructive puberty having taken hold when it is not a puberty that they chose. If you want to be perfectly advocating for biological slavery, that's fine. You can fuck right out of my chat. That's the way we're beginning today. Okay? If you are one of those dipshits who wants to come in and tout the medical degree that you don't have, by all means, you will be instantly knocked out of the chat. Because I don't give a fucking shit. I don't. I don't care what my history has been with you. I don't care if I've known you for 3 or 4 years. I don't give a shit. You come in, you start that shit, you get timed out. I don't have time for it. I don't have time for you. Okay? If you want to be that kind of person, perfectly fine. Go do it on fucking 4chan or some shit. Do it here, get knocked out. You're not a medical expert, no matter how much you LARP to. Okay? That said, neither am I, but the difference between me and you is that I'm actually going to be giving opinions based on medical consensus data, whereas you're giving them right out of your goddamn ass. So, when you are willing to have a mouth that is not located somewhere near your fucking rectum, please consider chatting with that one. But as long as your mouth is located near your fucking scrotum, I don't have to care. Okay? Okay, cool. Cool. There's how we're starting today. You have time to harass me in my chat, and that's cool. I don't have time for you, though. And it's my chat, so I get to knock you out. And that background music is way too loud. So let's fix that. There we go. There we go. And yes, we can get a trans rights in the chat. Okay? We can get 1, 2, maybe even 300 trans rights in the chat. That'd be cool. And there goes my aspirin. Oh well, whatever. I'm fine. So, now that we got that out of the way, sorry, I woke up today and chose violence. Because fuck y'all. Okay. So, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about what we are doing today. Okay? Right. So today we've got a couple of things we are covering here. All right. We're obviously covering Steven Crowder. We're going to maybe be covering the Hodge twins. We're going to be covering that stupid-ass Arkansas bill, because that's a thing that's happening, and the fact that we can't just firebomb half of this shit away and just pretend it doesn't exist is amazing. But unfortunately, we can't. We just have to accept the fact that we live in a world where this shit happens, so we have to comment on it. Blows ass, but here we are. Okay. However, to facilitate today being the thing, I need to also let you guys know that we are going to be doing an experiment. This experiment, well, we do have to accept it as we don't have individual power. Okay? Like, we fight against it. We do what we can to deal with it. But at the end of the day, we can only exercise influence in a way that does not destroy people's lives. Okay? I understand that there are people who want to choose violence in the situation, literally, not just metaphorically. G-Wing, a revolution would kill all of your friends. Don't fucking do it. I'll knock you out of the chat, too. At the end of the day, if you want to have revolution, you need to accept the fact that your friends and family will die. Yes, we're not doing enough. You're right. We're not. But there's only so much we can do. And we do need to do more. But that more does not need to escalate to the point where we are getting people hurt. How can we help? Well, one of the things we can do is hold our legislature accountable. So any of you who live in Arkansas, for instance, small price to pay for salvation. Captain Matachu, I will knock you out of the chat. My family is not for your funeral pyre. Okay? Okay. So. Like, unfortunately, we do not live in a world where we can engage in that kind of revolution and succeed. So we have to find other ways. And it blows ass, but that is the reality of the world right now. So, what can you do? For instance, if you are in Arkansas, spam the absolute shit out of your local legislation. Because ultimately, they are the ones who are pushing this shit. It's not your governor. Your governor tried to veto this shit. And I'll get into that a little later. Your local legislation are the ones who are arguing that trans people don't deserve human rights. Shark Tank with the $5. Hey, what's your opinion on Texas Republicans, Abbott, who decided to stop COVID passports? Honestly, right now, I think COVID passports are a good thing because we have so many multiple strains of the virus that keep popping up. And the UK strain of the virus just became the most dominant strain in the United States. Honestly, at this point, people should just understand that, hey, maybe traveling with this deadly virus around and going and being in, like, large groups is a dumb fucking idea. But there are people who are going, no, I'm going to do it anyway, no matter how stupid it is. And then those people get other people killed. So, you know what? Anybody who tries to fight against legislation that locks people down a little bit right now, I'm talking about locking down, like, within your state, not locking down within your house, because we know that the government's not giving us the resources to deal with that. I'm talking about just, like, being stuck in Texas or being stuck in Florida. Yeah, it turns out common sense is not common. Well, that's because what we call common sense is unfortunately the grouping of what the fuck is it? The grouping of prejudices that we've managed to accumulate up to that point. So for some people, common sense is that black people are more likely to steal. That's common sense to them. Common sense to some people can be taking vaccines will kill you. because that's what their parents taught them, so that's in their grouping of prejudices that they've built up over the last 15 years. Like, that's why common sense is a bad argument. He said, how, though? They're just letters? Okay, but here's the thing. An accumulation of that can and will cause panic within your legislation. You can also push for different people to become your representatives there. At the end of the day, politicians are supposed to be subservient to the people. What we need to do is find effective ways to make sure that they know that, instead of letting them continue to be corporate fucking goons. That they can ignore letters, but there's multiple ways to spam them. There's multiple ways to do it. Write letters and also go and protest and also, like, physically visit their offices and also seek audiences with them. And also, like, there's a laundry list of things to do. And if you can't do that, then just support the people around you that are willing to do so. Shartanko with another $5. Keep in mind that common sense was at one point that gay marriage was wrong, the different races marrying was bad, and that segregation was good. Yes, exactly. That's the reason why common sense is not actually, like, it's not... It's nomenclature, and it's also wrong. Well, so here's the thing, G-Wing. The true pessimist position is to just abandon everything and then just curl into a ball in and of yourself and do nothing. That is the true pessimist position. The true pessimist position is one that falls into functional nihilism. And if you want to do that, fine. You do you as an individual. But don't try to drag other people into your functional nihilism. So,
that squirrel looks
a true pessimist will watch the world burn. Exactly. I am a realist in that I'm pragmatic, but I'm also an optimist because of pragmatism. If I don't think that there's a way to make things better, if I don't think there's a way to change the world, if I don't think that there's a way to fix anything, then functionally, I've not done my job. See, David Thompson says, an optimist believes we are living in the best time. A pessimist knows, or a pessimist hopes that's not the case. I disagree. So, let's go ahead and get something out of the way. Optimism and pessimism are very, very large swaths of thought. An optimist can be hopeful for the future, and a pessimist can have a dire outlook on the future. Like, I don't know. These definitions are by their nature oversimplifications. So I'm going to use them the way that I did. And if you have a disagreement with the individual way I use them, fine, but they are fallacious in that they are hasty generalizations by design anyway. So what's a good way to deal with depression? So let me go ahead and make something abundantly clear. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat, but I am not a therapist. I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a mental health professional. I am not a crisis counselor. I cannot give advice in any of those categories with any amount of authority. Now, what I can give you is my personal experience. And my personal experience is that by having depression, having anxiety, finding areas to funnel that into helped. So, like, having a hobby to distract you from from your depression, or being able to funnel your anxieties into that. those are things that have helped me. Finding things to do with that. Like, if I'm in a terrible headspace, what does that terrible headspace do for me? Does it help my life be better in some way? Probably not, but is there something I can do with it? For instance, when my depression was getting terrible last year, as I was going into therapy for the first time, anytime that I was in that depressive headspace, I would write a dialogue to myself. If any of you have seen the last 2 episodes of Evangelion, the internal dialogue functioned a lot like Shinji's internal dialogue during that. Tried to basically go, hey, how am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? What got me here? And just trying to reason myself through it. You can only effectively engage in that dialogue with yourself once you're in that depressed mindset, once you're in that headspace. So, accept that, hey, me being depressed right now means that I can explore this part of my brain and figure out what's going on. But ultimately recognize that your real goal there is to find ways to cope, find ways to healthily cope. You don't get rid of depression. It's a chemical imbalance in your brain. It's either your brain not producing the amount of dopamine and serotonin it needs, or the receptors that intake those not being able to take the dopamine that's being shot through. There's not much you can do about that, but you can do things to healthily manage it. Sharp Tank with the $5 again. For the legislatures, we put money to hate trans people. Maybe that money would be better spent at DDLG Playground. Ha! Queer Eldritch says, ignoring the masses would work if politicians rigged the system enough, but do you think anywhere in the USA is that bad yet? Well, I do think that that's the way things function on a grand scale. Like, functionally, the places that are red, in many cases, stay that way, because you're not going to be able to change the local population. A lot of them have already fallen for whatever propaganda turned them red or blue, and, I mean, that blows. But do I think that anything in the United States is so bad that we can't fix it? No. Shark Tenko, what is skimping? Are you trying to say simping? Because that's not the same. Okay. He said the word. Yes, I said the word simping. Y'all are fucking simps. Every one of you that's here so you can see bouncing anime boobs is a simp, okay? Every single one of you. Just come to terms with that, accept it, and move on. I'm here to listen to rambly politics. Fair enough. Belladonna, okay, listen, Jesus. Simp is the forbidden word on Twitch. Well, maybe we should talk about Twitch for a second here. Because Twitch is going to be a very important part of today's conversation, actually. Said you are skimping on the boobs, so they should be... no, we don't use that word here. I'm sorry, Gage. We don't use the ooh word. The ooh word bad. So I just want your opinions on DeSantis being a jerk. Dude, DeSantis needs to just run himself out of fucking Florida. So, Twitch has done a lot of shit, but... There's an experiment I'm going to be running for the next about 3 weeks or so. I think that's enough time for me to get some source data. And I want to give it a shot. So, in the chat, give me a 1 if you do watch stuff on Twitch, and give me a 2 if you don't. I want to get a quick show of hands. You can say Twitch's system's twitchy. Borealis gives a 1. And nobody says anything after that. Everything's broken. Everything's completely and totally broken. Okay, it looks like we've got a fairly even-ish spread. Okay. Trying to think of mention of Twitch doing something everyone, God, what has Twitch done this time? Yeah, basically. Okay. So. Here's the thing. I am going to be trying an experiment for the next 3 weeks just to see what the numbers look like. I'm going to be doing a lot more streams on Twitch, and not just gaming streams. I'm going to be doing my politics streams over on Twitch. All the VODs are still going to be uploaded to YouTube. Y'all will still see videos on YouTube for every single topic. So, like, that's not going to be a problem. But for those of you who like the live streams, for a little while, I'm going to be live streaming onto Twitch specifically because I want to run an experiment. Well, a couple of experiments, actually. The first experiment is I want to see if I can get my Twitch numbers up enough so that the partner program will grab me in. That's kind of a big thing. The other thing is I have a theory. And my theory is that here on YouTube, my live streams are actively hurting something where my channel is algorithmically. Historically, it's always kind of been the case that, like, when I try to branch out and do something different on my live streams, the YouTube algorithm starts dunking on me. And it sucks. And I wish that it didn't, but it kind of does. So I'm going to try to roll with that. I know that YouTube's algorithm dunks on me randomly. I know that it's not the most fun thing in the world. I know it blows ass. So, what if I just kind of rolled with that? YouTube wants to dunk on me. Then I'll just go ahead and say, fuck it. Move the live stream stuff over to Twitch temporarily. And the reason I want to do 3 weeks is 3 weeks is hopefully enough time to get the source data that I need to see if it affects my numbers on YouTube, both financially and also just in the views on individual videos. I just provided a link to my Twitch. Following me over on Twitch is easy. Click that link and then hit the follow button. Boom. If you have the Twitch app on your phone and you've got like push notifications on, it'll tell you when I go live over there.
Never look at Tulip
So,
in the eye.
the thing is, with YouTube, whenever I try to do something even marginally new or a little bit like off kilter, even with live streams, oh Jesus, that's a lot of shit. Let me lower the volume of that down just a smidge. Holy crap.
Never
OBS.
look tulip in the eye.
OBS, become less loud. Thank you. Thank you, OBS. Woo! There we go. So because when I try to do different stuff over on YouTube, it tends to screw me over in the long term, and that blows, and I hate it. I want to see if making sure that if the only content that comes onto my YouTube channel is the curated content from those live streams, so that during those live streams when I'm doing more random ass shit, on top of my politics, on top of video games, on top of everything else, ideally, that will be a better way going forward. And it might not be. It might not be. This is why I've got a 3-week limiter on this. Sharknigga says, YouTube is an abusive, narcissistic parent. It loves you till you try to make yourself better. Yep, basically. So there's a couple other things. With Twitch, there are some very interactive elements that I can program into my stream that I can't do with YouTube. I want to try to program in, like, I've already got my Twitch set up to where, like, when people do emotes pop up on the screen. They start spamming across the screen, and you start being able to see, like, the chat a little better that way. Also, over on Twitch, there's some other interactive stuff that I can program in. There's more bot-centric stuff you can do with Twitch streams, and I want to experiment with that stuff. And I can't experiment with any of that if I'm doing most of my streams over on YouTube, or if the streams I have over on Twitch are small, because the video game streams don't get a lot of views, and it's that way with most political streamers. Twitch has bits too, which is helpful. Yeah, the bit system on Twitch is a little more lax than the super chat system is on YouTube. The Nick Sands, you don't have a Twitch, you don't think you'll get one? You know you can just, like, view on Twitch without an issue, right? Like, Twitch accounts are free. And obviously, if you aren't able to follow over for whatever reason, like, that's perfectly fine. There's still going to be the streams over on this channel after 3 weeks. But I do want to run that experiment and see how that works. How everything functions up. Because there's a couple other reasons. So I'm running into a saturation problem. Over on Twitch, if you're a gaming VTuber, you're a dime a dozen. And the only thing that I do over on Twitch is gaming VTuber stuff. And over on YouTube, political commentary and stuff, it's not that you're a dime a dozen, but you're also fighting with, say, Demon Mama and Xander Hall and Vosh and everybody else. I feel as though maybe Twitch's live stream environment might be healthier for growth, and that will divorce all the growth on my channel from the live streams entirely and make it to where it's strictly growth via videos. My theory. Maybe I'm wrong. Adanel Donna says, about bits, remember that Amazon skims 30% of your money when you buy bits. Well, just remember that YouTube does the same thing with Super Chats. YouTube skims the 30% off the top from Super Chats, too. So is the Twitch mobile website any good? So I don't really watch via the Twitch mobile website. I generally just, if I'm watching Twitch on my phone, I generally do it through the Twitch app. Because through the Twitch app, it's actually, like, optimized for this kind of stuff. Be warned, Twitch has shadow banned political talkers before. Not sure if they are still doing that or not, but it's something to worry about. Well, I do understand that they do that. I'm also going to pin the Twitch link real quick, so that people can follow over there if they want to. But here's the other thing with Twitch. Twitch has been shadow banning people and taking them off the platform for stuff they do off of Twitch's platform anyway, which means everything that I do on YouTube is just as volatile for my Twitch platform as the stuff I do on Twitch itself. So as far as risk to myself by being on Twitch, there's functionally no difference between me doing stuff on Twitch and me doing stuff off the platform. So, while I do agree that there is a volatility to Twitch's platform, the volatility exists whether I'm performing over there or not. The nice thing about Twitch is that if you want to respond to someone in chat, it seems easier. Twitch is a much more interactive medium than what happens on like the live chat we have here on YouTube. And honestly, I want to mess with it a little more. And not to mention, right, the Twitch partner program looks interesting, and it might, if I'm going to be doing more streaming anyway via regular streaming and politics streaming, divorcing my streaming platforms, splitting my audience up that way, doesn't seem a pragmatic way forward. So it's why I want to do this experiment. Just remember, don't dare use the word simp. Oh, I will use the word simp flippantly over there. I'll do it. I will I will use it as the first word that I open my stream with over there today. Just wanted to compliment you on your Elvish pronunciation of getting my name right. Oh, did I actually get it right? I was winging it. Did it finally cut live again? How's it going, Nakami-san? Sir, is just watch you get suspended first thing? Well, then I'll have a story to tell. So, Twitch has this thing with the word simp. You're allowed to say it, but people have used that word derogatorily a lot over there. And it's one of the things that, like, if they see in your VOD that in context you were using it in, like, a harassing way, then you can get an account suspended on Twitch for using it that way. Is that what we're gonna have to do? Is just this, like, the audience is just now called Hammer Simps? Is that what we're gonna do? The Hammer's been focusing less, like, featured less and less in my channel lately, and I think I need to fix that eventually. So is this Hammer Simps now? Okay. Hold on a second. I'm hearing bark. Okay. Yes. Okay. Am back. Did I miss anything while I was gone? Let me double check and see if I did. Where? Viewer activity says Shark Tango says this is the last little bit of money I'd send. I'd just like to say that I honestly miss seeing your handsome face, my dude. Well, that's understandable. Okay. So before we get into anything else, I had some packages arrive. And I'm going to mess with those packages real quick. Hold on. I can go over here. So it makes you say people, what would you say to people making hymns for the unblinking one? I mean, y'all do you at that point. That one seems harmless. Weird, but harmless. The whole thing is weird. Like, let's be honest. Every single one of y'all doing this Cult of the Unblinking One thing, it's weird. I accept it, though. I have no way of, like... I recognize that fighting against it would just make this harder and worse. I'm gonna change my microphone setup real quick. Temporarily. We're gonna... Properties. Alright, ideally you guys should still be able to hear me perfectly fine. There we go. Okay. I'm going to relocate my camera to here for just a second. In an ideal world... Beep. Beep. Yay! Oh, wow. My sandwich is over there. That doesn't need to be in the photo. Alright. Let's see what we just got. Whoa, why is my guest desk on? Go away, guest desk. Go away. Thank you. Jeebus. Sirs, you're weird. Yes, I am. Let's see what I've got here. Barrel. That's got an O-ring in it. That is a top. That's an internal piece. That's an internal piece. That's an interesting... Anything else in this? Cool. It's a whole worker kit. Wait, Sevaporion, you didn't know that? Dude, you know what this is, right? This is an internals kit for a Nexus. Now, this is my current Nexus. This is the Nexus that I use primarily. It's got a Papa mod, it's got a Breach mod, it's got a spring spacer back here. But yeah, this is the Nexus that I use primarily. This, however, this Nexus is about to be retired. This is going to be going away. Because this Nexus, this is going to be the base for my new Nexus. This is the one that's going to be getting a worker internal metal mod and a stronger spring. So, I may or may not have been in the hobby for, like, since Nerf Haven was a thing. Oh, sweet. Can we just get a channel if you're working on Nerf guns? So, eventually. I'll consider it. I'll consider it. But the first thing I'm going to do for giggles is I want... Neat. Before I do anything else... So, for anybody who doesn't know, Sevaporion... Wait, Sevaporion, you said you're a nerfer? Here, let me just turn you to my other wall. And then the wall behind me... Hold on. So, you are not the only one. Heavy breathing. So, it depends on the gun. If we are talking about if we're talking about things like the Nexus you actually just pick up at a Walmart. If we're talking about stuff like the Jetsita that's on the wall behind me, that you have to buy specialty from either Jet the company or a guy named Luke over at Adadarts. All right. So here's the base spring for the Nexus. And this is our new spring. These look identical? Oh, but this doesn't compress as easy. Okay. Well, let's give this new spring a shot. We don't need this screw at all. That screw is completely unnecessary. Sure, Tango, if you want to get into Nerf, the best thing to do, honestly, is to identify what kind of Nerf you want to do. Do you want to do modding? Because I'm going to be honest, the Nexus is, like, one of the best fucking modding platforms to start with. Oh, that is a nice change in power. That hits pretty hard. That's fine. Okay. That spring can go elsewhere. Do I want... Okay, so I will be modding this live, but not on this stream. Though, I will do this. This is a nice metal top rail that fits right on like that. Oh, that is smooth. I like that. There's a nice metal top rail for that. How expensive is it to mod? So, this Nexus is $50 on its own. The mod kit from Worker is $60, but just doing the spring mod is only like $10. So, like, it really comes down to what kind of modding you're wanting to do. There we go. Put that scar barrel on there. That scar barrel's gonna make this a lot more accurate. Oh god, why am I so sneezy? Okay. So I gotta get these internals in here later. Wait, does this... Huh. Okay. So I'll have to get these internals in at a later point. That'll be for later on stream. Not this stream, but a different stream. Oh, that comes with a replacement O-ring. That's neat. I'm glad to see that. These are so fucking useful. So, I don't know. So, yeah, this is, like, just the Nexus and the kit in it. This is technically a $100 blaster now. But as soon as I get this kit, like, fully installed, which I'll be able to handle later on stream. But not this stream. That's going to be over on Twitch. So, That's for later. Which means we can switch that off now. Boop. Every time you say O-ring, I think you're thinking about cocking. No. No. All right. Beep. Beep. There we go. So yeah, for those who were here and didn't know, like I'm fairly heavily into Nerf modding and shit. It's fun, and I enjoy it. For anybody who like is new and did not know, have you considered getting the takedown kit that adds the pistol grip and the stock? Talking about the rival takedown? Like, is there a rival takedown kit that does that? Because I'm unaware. Like, I don't know what takedown kit you're speaking of. Wait. When you're talking about the rival takedown, hold on. Hold on. You're talking about the little shotgun, right? Because, like... That's, fucking this thing up here. Hold on. Not that. That. Like, you see, I've got 2 takedowns right over there, but I don't have any, like, kits or anything for them. Though one of those takedowns is modded, and one of those takedowns was created by the community. Like, the takedown on the top is the Sylveon blaster, and that's the blaster that the community, like my community, helped make. Both in funding it and also in the design. And the blaster on the bottom is my takedown that I modded myself, and that one I did the design for. Have I seen the weird dino-themed blasters over at Target? I have. Those are weird as shit. Your boyfriend had a chain-fed Nerf gun? I've got a couple of those. Those are fun. The Turf Destroyer. Yeah, the Nerf gun up there is a Turf Destroyer. Also, we got a from Illusionist Kyoko. Take this and go buy yourself some antihistamines. That sounds like hay fever to me. Actually, I've got some loratadine here, which is a good. My brain is not working very well. It is a good medicine for when I've got allergies. So. So, you know, when you mentioned the takedowns of like, I know those. I've got them. They're neat. Growlithe is being a pain. Jolt. Oh, I've actually got 3 of those hanging up right now. I've got 2 of the Alpha Strike Jolts and 1 of the Elite Jolts. They're super fun because you can just like shove them in your pocket and just be an asshole with them. But yours is blue. I've got a blue one. Hold on. You know, why did I turn off the wall? There, it's the thing hiding So there's the Vaporeon gun at the top, which still needs the ears made for it. There's the rival gun under it, and then there's a little jolt under that one. Is that like the one you've got? Yeah. Also, that blank space right there is supposed to be where my other Villainator goes, but that Villainator is currently being painted. So yeah, I've got to finish the Vaporeon Blaster. I've got the ears. The ears for the Vaporeon Blaster are right here. These guys. Like, each of these is one of the fins for Vaporeon. But they obviously need to get painted, and I need to mount them to the blaster still. David Thompson, I ignored your dad joke because you announced a third pregnancy with it. That dad joke was so bad that the chat needed to be aborted. Anyways. Anywho. Yeah, I did not know there was a takedown kit for the Nexus. So I guess I'll have to figure out that later. I do know that I didn't like the takedown when I got it, and then I just ended up liking it more and more the longer that I used it. So there's that. All right. So we're going to get into the first topic, and then here's what we're going to be doing today. After the first topic or two, we are going to do a migration over to Twitch. So just like how we do the raids, when I put the link to the Twitch channel and everybody raids that channel, we're going to be doing that, but for my channel, because I'll be going live over on there 5 minutes after turning things off over here. And we'll be continuing our topics over there. And I'm going to see how that goes. Okay? Also, Moonstar says that they just posted a sketch. Where did you drop it? In the art channel? Let me see. Where's Booty Bay? Am I dumb? Where is my art channel? Which channel did you drop it in, Moonstar? I feel dumb. It's in hashtag your artwork. Okay. There's so many channels. Ah! There we go. I saw a Chow up there as I was scrolling. Where are you, Chow, that I saw? Chow are good. Chow make me happy. Okay. That character looks very sad to be in their current predicament. That looks like a combination of Nami and Lulu. Moonstar. My Helix, Dome, or Amber guy? I am an Amber guy. I am, of the fossil Pokemon, I am much more a fan. What?
Something's wrong. I don't know if it's YouTube, but something's wrong.
Oh dear. Guys, we may have a problem.
I can't view your video at all from my end. I can't see anything. I can go to your channel. But
So something's up with the live stream, everybody. Hold on.
it's not just the live stream. You don't even have your picture on your thing.
Guys, check this out. What's going on here?
I already pulled it up, yeah. It just says that for me too.
Yo, what is this? Don't leave the stream, because if you leave the stream, it'll break. But check that out.
I don't know why it's doing that, but it won't let me join.
Hey guys, did you ever want a good compelling argument for why I want to do some streaming over on Twitch? Here we are.
Check your viewing has a point. Can you check your copyright strikes?
Give me a sec. No.
Can you check your email?
Give me a sec. I'm gonna check over here. So we got add suitability problem there. Let's check Gmail real quick. Ow, 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 knows why. Okay. Most recent thing from YouTube is your video is suitable for all advertisers, and that was yesterday for a different video.
I'll do a little bit of research, but I figured you might want to know that even just like your profile pic, like I've refreshed it so many times and it's just not doing anything.
Yeah. Guys, we are currently on the forbidden stream. This stream does not exist, apparently, according to YouTube. Welcome to the special club. All y'all who are here, y'all are the last bastion of fucking Cirrus Watchers, I guess. Some shit. I don't know what any of that means. Pic for your profile is gone. I just checked your channel and your profile pic wasn't there for me. Well, that's terrifying. Here. Yeah, private party. We're not going to get into topics until we figure this shit out. We may just do the jump over to Twitch and do the topics over there while we're figuring out what the hell's going on here. I guess you count as Halloween now. It says you're streaming and the icon's there, but it died? Huh. Let me see. First rule about Secret Stream Club, don't talk about the Secret Stream Club. Yeah, I guess fucking this stream just stays online in perpetuity. Man, what the hell does that even mean? Yeah, Vote says it's broken for them as well. What is we can't leave? Well... Yeah, I don't, Then yes, she's supposed to be sad. The outfit is a costume with the story of her falling to the bottom of the sea. Okay, fair enough. Looked on the phone, says video's unavailable. Okay, so for those who are watching right now, everything's golden. But for anybody watching outside, it's just busted. YouTube's doing some fucky shit. Let's see. Well, thank you very much, everybody who has been following over on Twitch. The goal was not to have everything break for me.
So it's one of two things.
Okay.
Or three things. Your encoder. So Streamlabs trying to grab some big interactive YouTube, and it's just not working. The second one is a community strike / copyright strike.
And those would happen immediately, and then I'd get the information later.
The third one is that it's just YouTube fucking up.
I'm hoping it's that third one. That would be the most reasonable one.
Because there's a lot of issues with YouTube and live streaming, and as of lately, because of all the things that it's trying to incorporate, like clips and whatnot, on beta testing and whatnot, it sometimes will fuck up. If it's working for other people, then it's probably a YouTube thing. But if it's doing that for everyone, then yeah. So just keep doing your thing, and then when you transfer over to Twitch, you know, that'll fix itself, because then you won't be streaming on YouTube. But if you did get copyright strike, you won't see it until later.
Fair. Nervardia, thank you very much for the super chat. Fuck you, YouTube money sent. Especially in times like this, that's freaking weird and strange and shit.
Yeah, no, for a second I thought your channel got deleted, but you were still live, so I was like, huh?
Like, I'm still here.
And all your videos still work, it's just...
Reload your page. Okay, let's...
Dude, I literally have been reloading the page every 4
there it goes.
seconds. So, like, while it might work for some people, it might not work for others, because, like, for me, it still says video unavailable.
There it go.
So it's probably a thing with YouTube.
Yep, it's a thing with YouTube. Let's refresh the broken page.
Yeah, it's just a fucking thing with YouTube, so...
Yep, it's unbroken now. It's unbroken. Woo!
But I wanted to let you know because I'm sure somebody could have come on stream and been like, why is Cirrus's thing not working? So. There you go.
Lazy, I've been checking my chat. Shoosh. That was scary. How's it going, JacandQuil? Yeah, that was a scary moment. The Halloween curse meme doesn't come from nowhere. Yeah. Don't play two at a time, it's weird. Okay, look, let's ruin your life. Wholly and totally. There. We are going to completely and totally ruin everything that you love and hold dear. Well, Jack, I know you're not doing great. Do you want me to let everyone know what happened recently? Or do you want to explain? Because I saw your tweet. Growlith, get out from under there. Seriously, that's where my wires are. I don't need you doing that. Stat. Growlith, stop. Seriously. Get away from the power wires. Stop it. Sit. Sit. You're a good girl. You know what sit means. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Why are you so cuddly? What the hell, Growlith? What have I done? I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but I didn't get a notification for this. Watching someone else's thing and redirecting here. Fair. What a good love the doggo. She's a good girl. She's so cute. She's super cute. I love her. Reminds me of what happens when you look at a mirror and there's another mirror. I have never looked at a mirror with another mirror behind me. Okay. Everything's working now. Okay, so for everybody who doesn't know, JacandQuil recently had his VR setup as well as his desktop stolen. Like, all that just got stolen. So that's a thing. What sort of dimension bending wizardry is this? Well, it is dimension bending wizardry, at the very least. So, yeah, that's a thing. This is where Cirrus owns Cirrus in a debate. Shh. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, shoosh. So I'm just gonna go and say, For anybody who has the ability to... Hold on. I don't know if that's going to work there. Have you seen the Jordan Peterson versus Jordan Peterson debate? I have not seen the Jordan Peterson versus Jordan Peterson debate. What I am trying to do, though... is fix a thing. Hold up. Growlith, stop. Oh my god. I love you, Growlith, but you are such a pain in the butt. Alright, everybody in the chat, do me a giant favor. Neanville, I recognize that that's a funny joke. Also recognize that just in case, you got 300 seconds in timeout. I woke up today and chose violence. I made that very clear at the beginning of the stream. Okay? Okay. Cool. Alright, now, everybody, do me a huge favor. And I say everybody in the chat. With all the shit stolen, maybe, just maybe, it'd be a good idea to click that link that I just pressed there. And if you want to help out JacandQuil for what has just happened, the link is now also pinned. So yeah, maybe click that link and help out JacandQuil. Because getting a desktop computer stolen, getting all your clothes stolen, getting VR shit stolen, all that shit sucks. So I'm just gonna drop that there. If anybody is able to support and can, then do so. If you yourself are needing to save up money for your own bills, then by all means do that. But if you have the ability to, I am going to push that. All right, Growly, I'll let you out. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, nobody feel like you have to, but also, we are unironically cyberbullying you on the internet into doing so. I'm kidding. Nobody's cyberbullying anybody today. Today. Just today. I just realized that I'm using the wrong mic now. Let's fix that! Properties. Boom. Sent a little money with a violent note. Ah! Cirrus just decided to do so. Because that's what Cirrus do. If you don't have money, don't feel bad. There's not much you can do about that. Like, I've got the ability to use my platform to try to send support. So that's what I'm going to do. We're also going to go to Twitter. The Unending Void. Woo! There we go. I don't know how much we're going to be able to raise there. This is not a fundraising stream, but if we are able to, in some form or fashion, help where all that stolen shit is concerned. Because I know when that happened to me, it blew dick. Like, it sucked. So, hopefully, we're able to help out there. Meep. There we go. PayPal, not PayPal, fucking... There we go. JacandQuil, you should have something sent from me as well after that. Now I'm gonna do that thing where I put my money where my mouth is. So, ideally that helps. In some way, shape, form, or fashion. Meep. Violence, what whereful? I woke up and chose violence, so that's when. Sir's innermost thoughts reflect through the avatar once more. I'm like 90% sure it was a homeless drug addict based on my location, so like, I don't wish anything bad on them. I hope they get the help and don't feel the need to resort to this. Yeah, no bueno. Yeah. No, shit like this sucks. It's not fun. I am of the opinion that thievery towards large corporations is generally okay, but thievery towards individuals is not. That's just fucking internal class warfare, and that's not good, so let's not do that. I like how your avatar's ears are always twitching, so either you're always ready to kill or you're always annoyed at some sound. Why not both? Told you. Woke up. Chose violence. Live chat. Boop. So why violence, though? Because that's the meme. We are at 87 minutes with no toe picks. And with an attitude like that, we'll be at 90 minutes with no topics. Okay, why is my mouth not moving much? That's a problem. I'm gonna fix that. Advanced configuration time! Okay, let's try now. Let's try now. What the fuck? There we go. Should be working now. Well, now it's just, like, stuck. Okay. That should work. Yeah. There we go. Right? That's working now. Ideally, that should be working. Bow, wow, 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 wow. Bow, wow, 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 wow. Yay, the mouth is working now. Excellent. You haven't even started. You don't even have a co-host today. Look. I am the dumb. Oh my god, guys, guess what is arriving tomorrow? Which is going to be great. Wait, I need... Okay, so... Sir Sticks. The avatar looks like it has a slasher smile right now. Like that? Okay. I'm done. It looks like it's gonna kill me in my sleep, allegedly. Sorry. Okay. Let's get into the first topic here. Let's get into this shit going on in Arkansas.
Every single lawmaker.
No. Autoplay is bad. Don't do autoplay. Every single one of you that has autoplay running needs to be Minecrafted. Just gonna say that right now. There's some Minecraft level shit we should be doing to people who program autoplay. All of you. Bad. JacandQuil doesn't autoplay. All right, looks like I'm gonna be taking that PayPal donation back, and we're gonna be Because really, the dead don't need PayPal donations, am I right? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Nobody's going to be bombing JacandQuil allegedly today, allegedly. I'm sorry, autoplay is the devil. You got canceled. You did. F's in the chat. JacandQuil's been canceled. That's the rule now. Bruh has an off button. It's still autoplay. Unrelated, I was trained on bomb making in the military just in case it's needed. Oh, good! Good! Excellent! We got this. Just use a browser that doesn't support video. Ah, yes. What delights have we turned into? Well, Jack! Arkansas getting rid of trans people's rights. Apparently. Alrighty. So Arkansas's doing a thing, and I'm not exactly thrilled about it. So, let's go ahead and talk about this shit. Okay? So, this is from March 30th. This has been updated since then, but we're going to talk about this first. Oh, where's the border for my TV? There it is. Sorry. Arkansas has passed anti-trans legislation. What does this anti-trans legislation do? Well, it limits access to medical care for minors. Okay. Let's take a look at what is being said in the article. The Arkansas legislature on Monday became the latest state to pass harmful anti-transgender legislation this year, overwhelmingly supporting a new bill that would prohibit doctors from providing medically necessary treatment to trans kids. The bill would prohibit doctors from providing minors with treatments including puberty blockers, hormone therapies, or any transitional procedures. Doctors who flout the law could lose their licenses, and patients that have been receiving medical care would have it cut off immediately. So let's go ahead and figure out something here. I've mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. If you are a cis child and you are dying of cancer, let's say it is breast cancer, and we catch it, not dying of it, but you have it and we catch it in the early stages, and we use puberty blockers in order to stop the cancer from growing, that's perfectly fine. We can give the puberty blockers there. Oh, it's A-okay. But the minute that a trans child who is suffering from dysphoria, who wants to use the puberty blockers so that they are not suffering mentally, the minute that it's mental anguish, suddenly nobody cares. Suddenly it's not an issue anymore. Suddenly it's not something that they will do anything about. And if you were already in the middle of receiving treatment, well, I guess screw you. Oh yeah, the whole video is being done in yandere mode. I'm so sorry for anybody who's off-put by that. This is how I feel right now. There is not a happy bone in my body. So, the bill is titled the Arkansas Save Adolescents from Experimentation. Despite the fact that it's not experimentation, because, well, we know generally what the end result of these procedures are. There is a chance of two side effects. One side effect is you might have bone density issues, which is the exact same thing that happens, ironically, when you have very, very late stage adolescence anyway. A thing that happens naturally in the first place, which is what the puberty blockers effectively do, is they make it to where you have adolescence later in life. So, there's also a potential of infertility, which, again, is another side effect of late stage adolescence in general, which already happens naturally in people anyway. Those are the issues there. That's not the same thing as having somebody deal with mental anguish, their entire life. And, oh, by the way, just to point out, there are certain things that are not exactly reversible. For instance, the thing that happens with voices, for instance, the voice of a person who is born assigned male at birth, when they go through puberty, the way that the way that their voice evolves during that time is not a reversible thing. You have to go through a type of therapy to actually lighten your voice after this point. Just gonna go and point out that puberty blockers prevent the larynx from expanding, which is one of those irreversible things that you can't just take hormones to fix. Your voice is still going to be the same going forward. You have to train that out of yourself. That's not very healthy. That's not a good thing for somebody to have to deal with. And there's a lot of other things that go on as well. But making somebody go through a puberty for a gender that they don't conform to, and then making them go through puberty twice, later on as an adult, as opposed to letting them choose when their puberty is going to be and exactly which way it's going to manifest, I don't know. Seems kind of stupid to me to try to legislate against that. And again, they call this act the SAFE Act, and yet we generally know that puberty blockers are safe already. The bill, apparently, according to this article, relies on a host of misinformation and negative tropes about transgender people. WAPO notes that most doctors don't even perform gender-affirming surgeries until 18, which is true. We don't fucking start doing... What was it that one dumb shit? Purple Pill Philosophy? That one dumb shit. That one. Who said chemical castration for children. Look, you're a fucking idiot. And I know you're going to be watching this later, so this is me telling you you're a fucking idiot, okay? That's not what we're doing. That's not what's being done here. Okay? There. The attention you ordered is here. Consume your fucking cookie. Moron. Doctors don't perform those gender-affirming surgeries until they're 18. The puberty blockers are there to buy them the time for that. The legislation feeds into dog whistling circulated by right-wing media. It's unclear at the time of writing this article if the governor plans to sign the bill, but he is reviewing it. Last week, Hutchinson signed a separate law banning transgender girls from competing in sports. Another stupid bill, mind you. The latest passage drew immediate criticism from human rights groups, which called the bill dangerous and said it puts lives at risk. The American Civil Liberties Union has vowed to take the issue to court should Hutchinson sign the bill. Okay. Now, Republicans have increasingly targeted transgender Americans this year. We've been seeing a lot of these bills pass up. And you know what? I've been seeing comments by people saying, oh, they are putting these bills through not so that they can get passed, but to virtue signal. And then shit like this happens and the bills pass anyway. Really? You really think every single one of these bills was designed not to pass? The brainworms have dug that far into your cranium? Sure thing, bud. Buckaroo in the comment section. Trans rights in chat. Because fuck these guys. YouTube is demonetizing this video, I know it. So, we're not going to go further into this particular article because this is old news. This is from a week ago. Since then, Governor Hutchinson has vetoed the bill. Yay! Everybody happy! Everybody be perfectly fine. Everything's golden. The veto happened. Yay! Except we have more information. House and Senate in Arkansas override the governor's veto of the transgender treatment bill. The Arkansas legislature has overturned Governor Hutchinson's veto of a ban on transgender-affirming care for transgender youth, with a majority of both chambers voting to override in largely party-line votes on Tuesday afternoon. The Senate's vote was 25-8. Senator Clark Tucker said that he was concerned about the most powerful people bullying the most vulnerable. Had it moved for immediate consideration of the motion to override to protect children. Barring legal action, the law will take effect during the summer. The Arkansas House on Tuesday voted 72-25 to override the veto of a bill to ban gender-affirming treatment for transgender youth. The House bill is Bill 1570, and it was put forward by Representative Robin Lindstrom. It bans certain surgeries and hormone treatments, surgeries that weren't generally happening in the first place, but the hormone treatments were, for people under age 18. Hutchinson announced his veto of the bill Monday, saying it constitutes a legislative overreach into the relationship between doctors and patients and their families. Remember, conservatives are for small government until it means they can restrict people's rights. If they can restrict people's rights, they're for it. All for it. 110%. And here we are. Lundstrom said the state steps in to protect the health and safety of youth in other instances, like requiring new parents to have a child seat in their car before leaving the hospital, or preventing them from smoking and getting tattoos. That's not the same thing as puberty blockers, which are... So here's the difference between puberty blockers and the side effects of smoking. The side effects of smoking are generally not necessarily reversible. Once you hit a certain point, and cancers start developing in the lungs, you don't really start reversing that by no longer introducing more tar into the lungs. You just stop exacerbating it. Tattoos are not exactly reversible either, especially considering that the skin stretches as you get older, so getting tattoos when you're younger makes less sense because your body is going to grow and morph and it's going to warp the actual tattoo. That said, these are things that are considered largely permanent, whereas the effects of puberty blockers are reversible by just no longer taking the puberty blockers. That's it. That's the magic. There you go. Experts in gender diverse care, both in states and nationality, have said concerns proponents of the bill. Wow, okay. Nope. I am done with that. Muting notifications. Mute. Goodbye. Boom. No more of that. Thank you. Bye. Experts in gender diverse care, both in the state and nationally, have said concerns proponents of the bill. I feel like this is not written correctly. Maybe I am wrong. Have expressed concerns proponents of the bill have expressed about hormone treatment are rooted in misinformation, and that those treatments are best practice. The surgeries targeted by the bill are not performed on children in Arkansas. Again, as I fucking pointed out, we don't do the surgeries until later. If people even end up wanting them, there are plenty of trans people who don't go through surgery. Even medicine sometimes is wrong. We should never experiment on children ever, Lindstrom says. All right, so by this logic, when I was dying of appendicitis, surgery should not have been done on me. I should have just died of the appendicitis. Because, again, puberty blockers are not experimentation on children. It's a largely understood medicine. We've been using it to fight particular cancers for years. We know what they do, how they do it, and the side effects of them. So, when you sit here as the legislature and say that even medicine is sometimes wrong, you are effectively making an argument that we should not do anything to children ever medically. And fine, I guess if you would have preferred I die, then by all means. House Minority Leader Tippy McLaw said that if legislators had conversations to transgender youth and experts in their case, as Hutchinson said he did, they would have come to the same conclusion as he did. Put aside everything and search your own heart and think about these parents and these children and their doctors. A simple majority in both chambers overrides the veto. The House's vote was mostly along party lines, as fucking usual. The measure now heads to the Senate. So let's talk about this. We are currently in the scenario where this bill can potentially become law. It might become law. So let's get the first thing out of the way. As I said before, every single one of you big-brained overlords who wants to come in and say, these aren't designed to pass anyway, so what's the deal? Well, now you have some of them that are passing. Just like when everybody was talking about transgender sports shit, it was never about sports then, and it's not about it now. So why don't we go ahead and just agree to exist in the same reality for a little bit? The reality where this is in fact happening, and it does in fact suck, and it is a thing that is harmful to children. Okay? We agree that denying children medical care and psychological care, because by the way, psychological care is covered in here too. Therapy was one of the things that the bill is having issue with as well. So, we agree that children having access to these things is good, right? And we agree that barring access to these things is bad? I'd hope so. Unless you're a fucking idiot. And I'm past the point of reasoning. I'm past the point of somebody commenting going, wow, you're being really abrasive about this. I feel like maybe my mind would have been changed if you weren't so abrasive about the... Nah, fuck you. You came in here to be an asshole. You came in here to be an idiot. You didn't come here to have your mind changed. You came here to leave the same comment, Brian, that you do on every video. Fuck off. I don't like your company in my comment section. Out. This bill and all of the other bills like it, because we're going to get into other bills like it. All of the other bills like it are designed to strip away rights from minority groups. Let's look at another, shall we? We have a North Carolina bill that would ban treatment of trans people under 21. Oh, so even once they're legally an adult at 18, they still can't get treatment at this point. This one goes a little further. 3 North Carolina Republican lawmakers introduced a bill Monday that would prevent doctors from performing gender-affirming surgery for transgender people younger than 21. This legislation follows another nationwide trend of GOP-controlled state legislatures looking to limit treatment for transgender adolescents. Unlike other states, however, North Carolina would classify adults between the ages of 18 and 21 as minors. So guess what? Not only are we going to be removing the ability for children to have access to puberty blockers, which again, cis children have access to them in cases of things like cancer already, so we are literally just limiting the scope of medications that are allowed for children under an arbitrary label like gender. Not only are we doing that, but also we are infantilizing adults. Adults that can enter the military are not able to receive gender-affirming care. What the fuck, North Carolina and Arkansas and everywhere? I'm sure there's something in Georgia, too. I'm sure there is. With Marjorie Greene here, of course we would have it. Medical professionals who facilitate a transgender person's desire to present themselves or appear in a different way that is inconsistent with their biological sex could have their license revoked and face civil fines of up to $1,000 per occurrence. This measure bars doctors from providing gender-conforming hormone treatment or puberty blockers or surgery, which again, the surgery wasn't happening in those cases. But I mean, once they're 18, if an 18-year-old, an adult that could potentially pay their own way through here, I mean, big potential, a doctor could lose their medical license for performing this even though they are an adult. This Senate bill is Senate Bill 514. And it would also compel state employees to immediately notify parents in writing if their child displays gender nonconformity or expresses a desire to be treated in a way that is incompatible with the gender they were assigned at birth. I don't remember what the other state was that had some shit like this, where, like, if a child might be trans or might be gay, the teachers would get fined and kicked out of their school if they didn't engage with that, if they didn't like notify the parent that their child might be trans. You know, that thing that if they happen to be in an evangelical household, they could get kicked out of their house for, or abused, beat, starved, any of that shit. No. We instead of letting them come out of the closet safely when they are able to, instead, we have legislators who are going, no. That's information that the parents need right away. How about this? If a child is in the closet, maybe there's a reason they're in the fucking closet. And maybe that reason should not be overturned because you're just a concerned lawmaker. You care about the kids so much. So much. So much that you would put them in a situation where they might get beat, abused, harmed, or otherwise. Otherwise, loving parents, based on their evangelical practices, will end up becoming violent towards their children. It has happened before. It will happen again, and it continues to happen to this day. Transgender youth have the best chance to thrive when they are supported and affirmed, not singled out and denied critical care that is backed by virtually every leading health authority, said a statement from Jasmine Beach Ferreira, executive director of the Campaign for Southern Equality, adding that a person's gender identity shouldn't limit their ability to access healthcare or be treated with dignity and respect. Again, thank you. Was pointing out earlier in the stream that we use puberty blockers for other medical treatments besides trans care, and in those cases, they're perfectly fine to give to minors. But if the minor just happens to be trans, they magically have this barrier where we have to be really uber-duper super concerned about what it's going to do to them. Okay. Republican State Senator Ralph Hayes, who represents portions of the western North Carolina, wrote the bill, did not immediately to respond to requests for comments. Oh, wow, look, he's a fucking coward. Why not answer to the people who sign your paycheck? Shithead. GOP Warren Daniel and Norman Sanderson, who represent western and coastal areas of the state, respectively, also support the proposal. In Arkansas on Monday, the state's Republican governor, Asa Hutchinson, vetoed a bill, and this is talking about the Arkansas bill that we were talking about earlier. The proposal in North Carolina will almost certainly not become law, despite GOP majorities in both states, House and Senate. So they, in North Carolina, believe that this will most certainly not become law, but it's already becoming law in Arkansas. Like, it's already on its way to the Senate in Arkansas. It's already well on its way to become ratified into their shit there. Oh, but North Carolina, magically, this isn't going to happen in. Again, for every single one of you that are sitting here going, it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. Bitch, it's here, it's happening, and we have to deal with it now, okay? Seriously, get the Republicans out of your offices. Get them right the hell out. Yeah, the Democrats suck too. But they don't suck this bad. Anywho. What do you think about all this? Let me know in the comments section below. I'm mad, and I think I've made that very, very abundantly clear. With all that said, if you want to support my channel, the description has places you can do that in. But I'm just going to conclude this with saying, this is America. We're supposed to be the land of the free. Why are we trying to strip minorities of their human rights? Why? Insert end of video tagline here. I'm tired. Also, Night Watchman, I have no idea how you ended up here, but welcome to the chat. Hopefully, you don't end up hating everything that's going on here, because, I mean, I do. I burn the states. Nope, because innocent people will be hurt in burning those states. Honestly, what do you think makes a Republican legislature more terrified? Burning or having to exist as poor? What are the odds of being sterilized under hormone blockers? Very, very low. I believe it's under 5%. Oh, actually, that's an interesting one. Do hormone blockers make you sterile? Once puberty blockers are out of your system, you go through puberty of the sex you were assigned at birth. Puberty blockers alone should not affect your child's fertility, but hormone therapy can. So wait a minute. The puberty blockers might not even affect fertility at all? Oh. Man, that sure is awkward. Looks like I'm wrong. Oh, fuck. Was there somebody in the chat who said something stupid? I'm just reading the chat now and seeing what the hell's going on in here. Make them pay taxes like the rest of the population? That'd be a thing. I'm reading the chat right now. Make taxes proportional. I mean, that's a thing we already try to do. We just don't do a very good job of it right now. What happened? Oh, I was just screaming. Okay. Bernie, tax the multimillionaires and billionaires. Yeah. Just. I don't think you should be able to take hormones until at least age. Children from don't possess the mental facilities to make rational decisions. I mean, cool. That's what the puberty blockers are for. That's literally what they're for. Like, the puberty blockers don't affect the fertility rate, apparently, and also are reversible, and also serve no purpose if we are giving them as adults. Sandra says, "Sirs, did you figure out your taxes yet?" Yes, I did. Unfortunately. The origin of the hasn't been enough research thing is simple. So, because they've been limiting where puberty blockers and how often they can be used, we don't have as much research on the long-term effects. And by the long-term effects, I mean people 40 or 50 years after puberty blockers have been used. So technically, when they use the argument, we don't know about the long-term effects, they are technically, in the most loose of senses, correct. But what we generally find is that the only thing that we've even noted as an issue is like bone density. Emil says all your talking points have been used by black folks and poor people for years. What do you mean? And also, is that a self-deleted thing, or is that being knocked out by somebody else? Nah, fuck libertarianism. That is a toxic-ass ideology for children. Seriously, libertarianism and its daddy objectivism or should I say mommy, given it's from Ayn Rand, literally leads to an absurdist world where everybody pretends to be their own island. You know, not libertarianism for the win. Fuck that toxic ass ideology that tries to make everybody into an unaccountable island. That said, yeah, our state got the tax extension, but I've already filed, so it doesn't really matter. Like, I've got the tax extension, but... Bleh. Alright. So... everybody in the chat. Wait, did that link not work? God damn it. It did not function as a link as it should. Let's try that one more time. There we go. There we go. Alright. There's a new pinned message. That message should, in an ideal world, take you to my Twitch channel. We are going to be continuing the rest of this stream over here. So everybody in the chat, go ahead and click on that link, follow over on Twitch, and we will be continuing over there. Yes, it is migration time. No, we're not going to be doing gaming stream over there. We're going to be doing a we're going to be continuing this stream. So I will hopefully see y'all over on Twitch. But we're going to hang out here for another minute and then end the stream out over here and then boot it back up over on Twitch. Also, libertarianism for Blue Shadow Drawer. It is the political ideology of trying to maximize autonomy and political freedom, emphasizing free association, choice, and individualism and voluntary association. However, the thing is that with libertarianism, like hardline John Locke libertarianism, or Ayn Rand objectivism, which is another way that it manifests, creates a scenario where everyone is an island, and as a result, nobody can receive help. So, like, for instance, if everybody has full autonomy, and everybody is only responsible for themselves, what happens when somebody's born disabled? Their life just sucks. And there's no way to make it unsuck. Like, you create a world, and granted, there's no perfect political ideology, so mind that. But you create a world when you do that where nobody, in any way, shape, or form, is able to receive help without there being, like, a billionaire philanthropist that it just happens to know they need help. But also it maximizes the scenario where the billionaire philanthropists can exploit more people, because government intervention on things like businesses is also taken out of the conundrum. That said, remember everybody, we are going to be continuing this conversation over on Twitch in 5 minutes. So please go ahead and click on the link to Twitch. It is the pinned message here. Click on that and head on over to Twitch. Follow over there, and we will be redoing things over there, everyone. Lucia Adajar, can I put it in idiotic terms? Yes. A hardline libertarian believes that they are an island and none of their actions affect anybody around them, or should.